Oh, there's puppies. A wild puppy appeared. Oh, and there's a Jack. Wearing his winter clothing. Right, let me just drag puppies and Jack down. Where are they? Jack, we'll put him there. Puppies, we'll put him there. And then we'll drag them there. And then we'll drag them there. And then they're in.
Hello.
Hello.
Yeah, when you're in the lounge, you're too far up for me to drag in one go.
Yeah.
You guys just hanging around, yeah?
Yeah.
Can't take you anymore.
Oh no, I fell.
Well, Lawstock here, I may just remove gaming room 3. Most of me needed 2, right? Maybe just move the lounge, I don't know.
Thanks, Jack.
You're welcome.
I want to edit this boat. But that's probably going to lag you guys. I don't know.
I thought they fixed that issue.
I don't know.
Didn't we not?
No,
have that
it's
before?
fine. They added a search bar though.
Oh yes, finally, after all this time.
I don't think they fixed stuff. They just add more things.
Fair enough. I haven't played for a while.
Well, I'll tell you what. I'll go on the workbench with this now and see what happens. Okay, are you lagging?
No, it seems fine.
Okay. I'm just going to mess around and add a hole on this thing.
The whole server overlay thing says we still got 62 FPS as well.
Fair enough. Self-imposed voluntary public curfew day. We do need more research points, so... I mean, and money. Either or. And we have got Curly Toes helicopter, if you want me to spawn that somewhere.
Yeah, I forgot about that.
And we've also got the portable fuel tanker that Sommy made, so you can actually fly fuel around and make money if you want.
Curly Toes is still spawned.
I just need the little tanker thing then.
Oh yeah, I've got that. I saved a copy.
Okay.
I noticed the train is still up in the Arctic. I don't suppose that'll get us any money back if we despawn it on it.
I don't think so. I think it just puts the items in your inventory, doesn't it? Mr. Wackaday, happy birthday for yesterday. I don't know why you're addicted to Animal Crossing, but...
what's it called?
Juke to Juke,
Staying
thanks
alive
15.
and keeping us, making us lag a little or something.
Oh, my game just like that.
That was me teleporting.
I have no idea how to fly this chopper.
I can tell you.
Okay.
Are you in the chopper now?
Yeah.
Okay, overhead power switch.
Yep.
Put the throttle lever to full, which is next to it, and then press the start button. Is it started?
Yep.
Okay, when the revs build up, press the 1 key to put it in the first gear, and then a bit later, press the 2 key to put it in top gear.
Okay.
That's good when you're not loaded. When you start picking things up, you'll have to press, if it starts shaking, you'll have to press 2 to drop down a gear, and then if you need to, press 1. You're going to be burning more fuel at that point, but it'll stop it vibrating.
Can I have edit, please?
Oh yeah, crikey, hang on. One sec. I think it's $@_roll1. What's the command again?
Question mark.
Question mark, obviously, because everybody uses that.
Yeah. It's a great thing to start a command line with.
Add Ulf.
Yep, that's worked. Alright.
It's so dumb you can't just default that. Holy smokes, Dave, 3 years? 3 years I've never given you cake. I gave you a kebab. I don't even know
I saw
why I
that
bother.
beach spawned.
How you doing, Dave? Thank you for 3 years, mate. That's a shiny acorn for you. Exosphere, thank you for 70 months, 70 months. That's a big number. Right, what I want to do is I want to try and enclose the hull so that this sliding mechanism is internal. There's a few problems with this. Obviously,
Hello there, Jellycopter.
there's the water ports here. There's the azimuth thruster, which you'll need to stay outside. This, in order to keep this,
Your tail rotor on that.
we can't just slope it in because of this thing.
What?
Your tail rotor was close to the rock.
The current maximum
Jack, I'm above
slide
the
is
sea,
over
I'm not near a
here,
rock.
so this block can basically come all the way down to here. So I need to go quite deep on the hull to make this work properly. But with a deeper hull, it'll probably have more lateral stability anyway. So I think the right thing to do, I need to paint this so I can actually see the hull properly as well.
So
So,
you're just slowly gliding away sideways for me.
you'll need to use the arrow left and right to keep the rotor, keep it pointing the right way. Let's do that so we can see the hull properly. Mr. Rendell, thank you for half a year.
Welcome back.
Let's put it on split. Yeah, so obviously this is going to have to come down to wherever the bottom of the boat ends up. Probably one block under here would be ideal. We need to make sure that these remain independent as well so they can move. Need to be careful about placement. Enjoy the stream while I pass time at army training. Ooh. Now the other thing is because this
around, Pops?
rail is
For me, you're just very
here.
slowly moving away further and further.
When the rail ends up there, that will actually stick 2 more blocks outward. So it would actually be out here somewhere. So the hull would need to come down and then under. So maybe quite a round hull will work. 10 minutes of building, 1 hour Siggy break. That's how IRL UK builders work. I wonder if it's just the UK where they do that. And we could make this not move as much. I don't know if that's an option or not, to be honest. The objective is less drag. The objective is to keep, yeah, I guess a couple of things. One, it's going to give more buoyancy because all of this is going to become floating space, if you like. So at the moment, we've got all of this here. We're not getting any benefit. Like, we've got extra depth on the boat, but we're not getting a benefit from the extra buoyancy. And as you say, there's potentially drag. You managed to post your message for the sub, then it kicked me off and wouldn't let me open your stream. Lol, Dave. So you missed everything I said. Nice. So 1, 2. So the hull would have to come down from here. So we don't miss those 2 blocks. Let's do that first. So I believe that if this block slid to its maximum extent, it's still got 2 blocks of space, which is the exact extra width of this thing. So that should clear it. And then it needs to go like that to clear the underside. So I think that's the frame, the lateral frame. Does that seem right? Still got moving parts. And then in terms of how far back it can go, this is where it gets slightly tricky. Because the center block is in there somewhere. Which means the weight could go right back here. Unless we reduce the length it can move. I have some great pictures of yourself and Paul from last week, Paul. Bit too fast for you. Thank you for 67 months. Quick question. What backup cloud storage do you use? I use Blaze. Is it called Blaze? I'm wondering now. I think it's called Blaze. I use a couple, actually. I use Dropbox. So like just keep files synchronized, and then I use Backblaze is the name. I use Backblaze for actual backup. Would there be friction if it touches the hull? No.
You came back quick.
There's no friction between those
I've been here
blocks.
for like 5 minutes.
There's an infinitesimally small plane between those two surfaces.
But who's flying the chopper then?
No one is on the ground.
Oh, I'm seeing it flying around and doing maneuvers and stuff.
Serious?
Yeah, it's off in the distance from me right now. It's heading back this way.
Wait, what? I'm literally trying to fill it up with diesel.
It's flying. It's about to fly over us now.
That sounds all kind of weird to me.
Okay then.
So it looks like I already
I'm wondering
allowed
if I'm
1,
seeing a
2,
delay or
3,
something.
4, 5, 6 blocks gap here. Which means that was the
It's
center.
just flown in, and there's no one in the pilot seat. It's just landed.
Why is that 14 blocks? I would have thought it was an odd number.
That is weird.
There's the center point there. Seems to have asymmetric.
So,
there seems to be
you
6
wanna
at the
refuel
front
that?
and 7 at the back.
I'm refueling it, Jack.
Right.
Doesn't particularly
You're
matter. It's just
massively
weird.
delayed for some reason.
I can see the dial going up.
I think this azimuth might have to move forward 1 block, maybe. It's going to have to come down, that's for sure. We also don't really want this shape of hull, so we're probably going to want to V-shape it a bit. Or just stop it moving over quite so much. We might have to cut down on lateral movement space. It's too much, I think.
Is there any missions we can do, Jack, for research points?
Get rid of
I can
this,
see 3, but I don't know if that's synced.
I can see 3.
so it doesn't move over quite as
the
much.
train records, research drone, and wall sensor module.
The only one of those that I don't think we've done before is the train wreck one.
Maybe do that. There's a skeleton frame. Tuscan, thank you for 37 months, sir. Could you angle the side of the weight, which would allow angling of the hull? Unfortunately, no, because the weight block is only available in one shape. This thing. The weight block has a mass of 10 and it's only available as a cube, which is actually annoying because if they made this, like you say, as a triangle, a wedge, with a weight of 5, that would be incredibly useful. You should put a key at the bottom. Sorry, what? You mean a keel?
What do you want to do?
You mean a keel or a key?
Train wreck's going to be in the Arctic, and we're miles away from there.
We don't have an airbase over there, do we?
I mean, the research drone, we could try.
Yeah, we should be able to drag it through the ocean even
Well,
if we're
Dave,
not
it is
over there.
movable as it is. That's the point.
Hey, this thing can lift 20k of diesel.
Yeah, we can run a strip of weight along the bottom just to
Not
give
that
it
far
some
away either.
lower center of gravity when we get down there. But everything down here now is just pure buoyancy. The lower this weight, the better, really. The problem is it has to move across so much. The other thing we could do is make the weight longer and thinner, effectively, so it doesn't come over as much. But you're kind of sacrificing one for the other. Like if you make this longer, it can't adjust for length pitch, but it can adjust more for roll of the ship. If we like trim a block off either side and make it longer. Is my headset getting green screen? I don't know, dude. Have a look.
We survived this, Jack.
I don't think I've got a screen where I can look. Nope. It's fine. I don't know. I don't care, to be honest. NN Tech, thank you for 43 months. You're welcome. How was the 12-hour Sebring? We survived, finished. We got to the end, a little bit battered, and we finished. What position did we finish in, Pup? 7th? No. In Sebring.
13th.
13th.
Sure, you said 13th when I asked.
Yeah. 13th. There you go. P13. We should have been in 7th, but I managed to glance a wall. Mick, thank you for 69, 50 months.
Jack,
Mick, 69.
I never go the wrong way. Don't say anything.
I hadn't even noticed, to be honest.
Right, so that's the correct depth for that. Oops, I don't want a weight block. How did you get on, by the way? Did you finish well?
It's very white out. I can't see much.
Yeah.
Spotlights don't help.
And I dare use Paul's altitude meter because it's a bit dangerous.
Yeah, I've seen.
It works.
Yes, but it doesn't work very well.
It works if
Wait,
you want
what?
to be sick.
It's a number.
Yes, but have you seen what happens when you activate it?
Oh, the altitude hold.
Yes.
Yeah, don't use that. That's still in alpha.
Much like the game.
Oh, you didn't do it this year. Fair enough, mate. You've got a search bar, Jack. I don't know why you're complaining.
Touche.
There you go. Something along
Jack,
those lines.
This is my first time flying this, so this could go one of two ways.
Maybe we'll come out a bit here as well.
Yeah, keep the positive attitude. Right, so Jack, next to the seats, you need to lower the winch.
Yep. I really hope that the magnet on the drone is actually turned on.
If not, you're going for a swim, Jack.
Yeah. I feel like I'm going for a swim and I won't be getting picked up.
Nope. This wind isn't helping either.
That winch is at full extension.
Yep.
And you're right, it is very windy.
Every time I get close, the wind pushes us away.
Now, it strikes me there's a gap down there, right at the bottom,
The windier it gets too.
that you can actually use to store the actual fuel for the ship. And it would actually be a better place to put it, because it's really low. As soon as you load it with fuel, this thing becomes really stable, because all the fuel weight is down here. If you imagine this runs along the
Yeah.
length of the boat, that'd be really stable. Although I don't know how we could, no, it should run pretty well, actually. You presume that would cause a lot of drag? No, this is like the skeleton of the new hull, so if you imagine that running along the length of the boat now.
Pretty close now.
So these would have
Trying
to
to get
come down
ready.
to this level. That would have to drop down as well. What about draft issues? I'm not sure what you mean.
Okay.
One of the issues will be pumping the fuel back out again, because wherever you pump the fuel back out, it's got to go to, you know, it's got to go higher, isn't it? Because your fluid's lower.
I'll tell you what, that's not bad. You're right on the spot.
Thank you.
So at the moment, our ballast is here.
And connected.
Excuse me, our ballast is here.
I'm not going to be able to pick you up, Jack.
Our
I don't
storage
think.
is here, and the fuel is here.
You'll have to deliver it alone, though.
So this whole thing here could just become a
I mean,
cavernous
how low can I
storage.
get without?
Another thing I was going to do was make this into a helicopter
when
thing.
I say stop.
So we need to have some mag-alls on here and a switch, and then paint a helicopter symbol.
Go a little further.
No, we have the most powerful pump.
This is not dangerous at all, Jack.
Couldn't you make the deck wider? Well, you can, yeah, but
Okay, I'm on the ladder. Go.
that's a lot of work. You've got to get the proportions right. It doesn't matter if you make the deck wider. If you're making it wider for reasons of stability, fine. But if you're just making it wider, you know what I mean? You just end up scaling everything.
I'm going to reel that up just a little bit.
Yeah.
Just so it's a bit more controllable.
It's not stability I was after, actually. It was buoyancy. It was more buoyancy, and because it actually sinks quite low in the water. And so I was after more buoyancy for one. But I also wanted to enclose all of this because of reasons of drag. So I reckon the water might come up to like here now or something. Maybe there. I don't know. Even when fully loaded. Because at the moment, if you nearly fill the tanks, the water line's running here, which is way too high. Do you have a pump between the fuel tank and the engine? No. It's never a problem, though, getting fuel to the engine, bizarrely. It's basically pumping fuel offshore, like to sell it. That's where it slows down. Okay, I think skeletally that's fine. We're going to have to sort this back end out. I think that's going to have to come more vertically down. It's going to have to follow the line of this, isn't it? I think. A bunch of things are going to have to get moved. These fluid ports may be able to just move to the front there. Okay, well, let's start drawing stuff. Let's get back. If there was, not sure if you need a pump to a custom tank. Doesn't seem to be that way. Actually, I think I do use a pump anyway. I'm not sure. Hang on. I can't exactly remember.
We've got 4 minutes, Jack.
There's the pipe in.
4 minutes?
It's a fluid port, basically. It's not a pump. It's just a fluid port.
Can you get any more speed out of this thing?
The ballast is front and rear, not a series of tanks lining the bottom. This was ballast here, where the engine room is, because obviously it's just air. This was filled with fluid, which is fuel. This was storage. This is also a bit of ballast, and this is ballast, unless it's filled with water.
How far away are we?
Which is why it was sat down quite a lot, because when you
1.8.
fully load it, there's not a
We
lot of
might
ballast
just do
left.
this. If we get over the head and you just drop the thing.
I think
Yeah.
the initial thing to do here is get the skeleton done,
Just drag it into the bay.
move the
If
fuel
wind's
tank,
just gone
and then
crazy
drop it in
all
the
of a
water and
sudden,
see what it
We
looks
did
like.
gain quite a bit of height.
No, the rudder and props are going to have to move anyway. You're going to have to come down here to meet this in a minute. The back end of this is going to have to lower down. A lot of these blocks could be removed, but we shall see. Why don't you split the boat at the waterline and add blocks to the sides? Well, I'm not exactly sure where the waterline is right now.
That's very low.
And it changes when you load it, you know?
600.
Try my best, Jack.
You're all good? You've still got over 3 minutes.
It's safe to say Paul's a better pilot.
Well, I have had more hours in that thing.
Yeah. It's very lightweight. I think it's affected by the wind quite a lot. Maybe we should try and design a plane.
I was thinking about doing a plane.
Be a nice addition to the fleet. Right.
Disconnect it, Jack.
Nicely done.
That's 12 research points.
What do we want to research?
Don't know. I'm just going to go and land at this base for it. Wait for this weather to die down. And
Yeah.
A lot of jet stuff was, like, expensive, I remember.
Let's take a look. We got a rocket thing, afterburners, they're not really that necessary, and VTOL, which is again isn't that necessary. I mean, if you're going to make a plane and you wanted to make it quite ground capable, then VTOL might be the way to go. We have enough points just, and it's 30 minutes to research.
Well, is there anything more necessary?
Other than that, you've got weather sensors, which gives you humidity, rain, and wind sensors. You've got tank tracks, small, solid rockets, some function logic, Arctic land vehicles, which gives you skis basically for your vehicle, and then the afterburner for the jet.
Kind of thought, if the Arctic is broken for the places that sell crude, on the train line, I don't know. I think fuel is cheaper up there. I can't remember. I was wondering if we can fly a plane and fly fuel down and sell it.
I keep forgetting the map button. Let me have
I'm not seeing anything, Jimbo.
So apart from the crude place, the only place to get actual fuel is at the there's train stations and stuff.
And they're broken.
Yeah, like the standard storages, but there isn't actually a sell or buy point except for crude.
Boeing.
And the crude ones are the broken ones.
Your 2-year-old William says he loves you. Could you say hi to him, please? He says good night to you when he goes to bed. Is he going to bed now? Oh, he just got up. Good morning, William. That's so cute. Joe Mill, thank you for 45 months.
Sorry, I think the Arctic is basically broken for crude. The only thing we'd really want it for is doing any missions that pop up there.
Yeah, that really sucks.
It does. Especially
But it's
after
okay. You've got a search bar. Come on.
I just wish we'd have found out before I spent an entire week building a crude terminal.
Happy anniversary, Nutter.
Whoa. Dave, I'm 84, 66 months. Hope all is well. Have you told the boss, Mr. Squirrel, you need stocks of tea? Are you joking? I've been the one buying everything. I ordered 600 tea bags. A bag of 600 Yorkshire tea. We're good. As long as my kettle works.
So thoughts on research?
Maybe Paul should take a look and have a look, see what he thinks best.
Let's see. One sec.
Yeah, I'm good to go with whatever you want, to be honest. There's nothing there that's really drastic, I don't think.
Happy anniversary, Nutter.
Jeez, I'm getting a lot of lag.
I've come out of the workbench.
Yeah, I was rubber banding everywhere for a second then. I might quickly reconnect.
Let's see. 240 tea bags, 20 quid on Amazon. That's way too expensive. I got 600 tea bags for... Hang on. Supermarkets, like we managed to get milk from the supermarket yesterday. So, you know, they're definitely backfilling. Let's see, 600 tea bags was... What's the price? Your order of Yorkshire tea. £13.99, including pre-prime delivery. So 600 tea bags are £14. So yeah, don't be ripped off by someone. Yeah, they're supposed to be about 10, and like I remember before all this, 1200 was about 20, 21, 22 pounds. Let's see. Don't care about weather sensors. VTOL would be hilarious. Quite fancy that. Tank track small, don't need because we're not going to the Arctic. Solid rockets. Nah. Functions don't need that. Afterburner. Nah. I would go with VTOL.
Yeah.
We can make more fun stuff with VTOL.
I would quite enjoy seeing you trying to build a jet plane, to be honest. I think that would be hilarious.
Listen, give me a PID and some VTOL rockets and I'll show you something beautiful.
Challenge accepted.
You got 1200 for 15 quid. That sounds good. Get it?
Right, what do we got mission-wise? We've got the fuel train wreckage and we've got the well sensor module.
Freiheim's, thank you for 2 years. Already, mate. Thank you. Yeah, you can have a tea party. We can get rid of that. And that. That's roughly the shape you want.
We could do the sensor module. It's just taking it down and under the water and attach.
Does this thing have any diving equipment though?
Yeah, it's got 2 on the back. Actually, I think it's got 4 on the back. Yeah. And there's a helipad on the
1, 2,
oil.
3, 4, 5, 6.
Okay.
Center. 1, 2,
Let's do
3, 4, 5, 6.
Are we good for fuel?
That's a good question, Jack.
Thought I'd better check before we take off.
We've still got 3/4 of a tank, so yeah.
Awesome.
Just to check I'm broken something.
Oh, that sounded bad. What's the battery like?
On the heli.
Down at 33. Yeah, it sounded awful when it was starting.
That needs charging.
Is this set up with an alternator?
I don't know, actually.
Oh, no, it is going up. It's 34 now.
There you go. You could replace the internal corner blocks with
Okay,
cubes
35. Yeah,
to half cubes as well. Might decrease the weight. The internal corner blocks. Oh, you mean these? I mean, does it? Hang on. Mass of 1. Mass of 0.5. Yeah, it does. It does actually half the mass. So yeah, you could... I think we'll do that later because it's actually easier to work with solid blocks initially. Yeah, I mean, they could be stripped out there, but I'll do that at the end. Probably, Connor. Any flying done planned for the rig? Gonna tidy the place up and then I'll be putting that stuff on there. Maybe I'll get around to that this week. Why is it trying to build in the wrong direction? There we go.
Happy anniversary, Nutter.
Food Rome. Almost 4 years, dude. Thank you. Like that. Should really change colour just so I can see what I'm doing.
We're landing on the rig, Jack.
Yeah, I think so. I'm pretty sure the component is on the rig and then we have to dive it down.
Okay.
Game, what are you doing? I get what the draw tool does sometimes. It's getting though. Starting to look like something.
Welcome back, Nutter.
Oh,
Doesn't sound good.
It's fine. It's fine.
yeah, it's alright. It's okay.
Tail ropes are broken yet?
No.
Actually, for a first time ore rig landing, that's pretty damn good.
Jack, I'm not doing anything. It's just glitched into the rig.
I would say bail.
Not going too well then.
It's fine. It's fine. It'll buff out.
Yeah, Betty, cut!
A quick grab a diving gear.
I
off
don't
the
know,
side.
Captain Flip.
Go!
Saber Slade, thank you for almost 2 years. You wonder if Twitch will lower the stream quality.
It's fine.
Don't know. Do you think they should?
Ah. This would
Um,
appear to be quite heavy.
we can do this, Jack, can't we? That's what you said.
What are you lifting?
Yeah. The well sensor module.
Okay, if you need more lift, just drop a gear.
Well,
That'd be easier said than done, Paul.
we were trying to manually lift it, but I guess we could use the chopper that has a few blades missing.
Looking after it then.
Yeah, definitely.
No, we landed, and
keep-
then the oil rig glitched.
Yeah. To be fair, that was the oil rig. We sunk through the pad.
Oh, I've had that. YouTuber doing it.
And I think it's eaten us.
It's just the default settings change, right? So you can basically just manually override it anyway. That's true. Twitch don't have an option for 4K. That's very true.
Come on, Chopper.
Saber Slate. I think I did that one. Right, we've got a new outer hull. Potentially.
Really?
The question will be how to slope this down.
Oh god.
Run, Jack, run! Run!
Professionals, that's what I'm working with.
Yeah, there may be a helicopter out of control and on fire on an oil platform.
Okay, so I've got an idea, right? I save my design and then I load the game back and we just pretend the last 25 minutes never happened.
No, we're fine, we're fine. We can just spawn this back.
Yeah, we're good.
It's just going to burn a load of money.
Only the fuel tank. There wasn't much fuel in it anyway.
Yeah, we was down to like a quarter tank.
Well, no, because all those parts are gone unless you're going to recover it.
No, it should recover. It should recover everything.
I can just go on the map and go return to workbench.
Yeah, and that should repair everything up fully.
All right, so I'll leave you to it, Laurel and Hardy.
Hang on, I'll share a screenshot and people can see what happened. Really doesn't sound good, Jack.
No, I'm surprised it's still going at such revs.
More like Wallace and Gromit. More cheese, Gromit. Is there room to slope the back hole near the propellers towards the front to get more water around the props? The game doesn't actually support that kind of fluid mechanic. So it doesn't matter if you put the props at the back or put the props underneath. As long as they're fully submerged, the game goes, okay, maximum drive. You know, in a real boat, you would need to get the flow of the water across them, but in this, you don't. Has the ship now become higher and wider? The ship has become higher. It's not become wider. I haven't increased the width of the boat. I have increased the depth. You forgot to get the envelope with the Mother's Day card.
You're going to spawn it back then?
Yeah. Jack, does that link work I just sent you on Discord?
Shows a picture for me.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll hang out here, wait for you to come back over, and then I can attach when you get over.
Okay.
Hopefully we'll be able to lift this thing.
Well, I posted it in the chat for people to see.
Yeah.
Curly Toes can lift that. Curly Toes is rated at 20,000 litres of diesel lift, and I'm not joking.
Yeah,
Tested.
You ain't seen the state of her.
Well, if you've broken her, you know, then obviously not. But...
Yeah, just need to get her back.
Yeah, it's only a small fire, see? Nothing major.
Yeah, we don't worry about small fires on aircraft.
Or on an oil rig.
Yes. I'm sure this won't turn into Deepwater Horizons.
To be fair, we did land it and then the rig ate the chopper.
Yeah, there's something about that helipad. There's nowhere else you can land, but I guess if we're going to pick it up with the chopper, you don't need to land.
I should say it. Where did he post it?
Do you want me to post it in the chat again, Paul?
Oh, no, I see it.
Okay.
Yeah, it's just a small fire. I wouldn't worry about
Yeah,
that.
see, nothing major.
I mean, you could pour a cup of tea on that and it'd go out.
At least there ain't no time limit on this one, Jack.
Isn't there?
No.
Oh, that's always good then.
Okay, so potentially that's the fluid storage there. I think before I do that, I'll trim all this back. Get more storage out of it and less mass. Fancy moving weight. Hey, it works. Redonkulous Dave, how you doing? It's better. I wonder if when you use these blocks, I wonder if you get half a block of liquid extra. Because if you take a block and then you half it, I wonder if it gives you half a block of liquid storage instead when you fill it up. It should do. I can add all barking away. I'm guessing he's about to go for a walk. Okay, this is going to be a slightly tricky one. Okay. Looks good internally. Let's give that a quick save because I don't want to do that again. I think we'll try and keep a relatively straight back. Angling the front's going to be interesting. I kind of want to keep that slope going if I can. But the only way to do that is to reduce this rail. Which means we need to make the ship slightly front heavy because if this rail can't go forward, if the weight can't go forward anymore. Actually, when we move this, we can make the rail come forward anyway. But no, the point still stands that the boat needs to be, center of gravity needs to be slightly forward, really, because the weight can go further back than it can go that way because this is sloped and that's going to be a flat, straight line. So the weight can go that way, but when it wants to go forward, it's going to meet this angle. So it can't accommodate for things. If the boat is back heavy, it can't accommodate for it easily. Make the front pointy to reduce the wheelie. What do you mean? Consider increasing the length to add stability plus room for helipad. I already extended this boat once, lengthwise. I mean, yeah, we can do, but
Right, move the crane out of your way.
it will be very interesting.
It's got two
Maybe it's up
lifting
on the other
points on
side.
it, but
Yeah.
just one of them will be fine.
Where's my coffee?
Okay. Well, I've got to try and hold altitude and operate the crane.
Good luck.
I mean, I could crack the hull and make it longer, but it will be interesting trying to get these moving parts. I think we'll do that. Not yet. I'll move all this stuff out of the way. We need to move these fluid ports. We need to move
Position should be fine there.
this thing down. We'll get those things moved first. And also this
I'm
ballast.
trying to keep her in the same place.
I don't know if this
Jack,
ballast
but the
needs to
wind's
stay,
not
because the
blowing.
ballast now is high.
You're all good. You're all good.
When your navigator front goes up with the pointy front, reduce it. No, but extra length would. Because it can't pitch if it's longer.
That just
Make a rail on the rail so the rail moves.
Want me
Well,
to
there's already a
upload
rail
it,
on a
Jack, see
rail.
if I can-
It's already like that.
I've got it. It's coming up. It's
That's why
coming
there's
up.
multiple colours.
Come on.
There is actually... There's one rail here, and then that moves this rail, which moves that. So it's already a rail-on-rail system.
It's slowly coming up.
That fluid port...
Connected.
Oh, that's the
You're
ballast
gonna need
fill.
to grab a diving set, ain't you?
Yeah.
Need to decide what we're doing with this ballast.
If I hover above the helipad,
MK Dons, thank you
can you
41.
try and grab one?
Yep, I'm running up.
Lurking for 63 months Dream Trucker, dude. Super Sky Snake, thank you for
I got
34.
it.
Right, whereabouts do you need this?
I'm just wondering where to put this
Uh,
fluid ballast here.
Basically, just
If
take
the
it
boat is
forward,
going to keep
straight
cutting
forwards
down
off
like
and
that, then
go down.
it can probably stay there. But this needs to be brought down and it needs to be under the waterline.
Yeah, it's literally right under the foot of the platform.
Mm.
Hopefully, if I can grab a hold of it, I can drag.
I'm gonna have to disconnect, Jack. I can't go any lower.
That's fine. Disconnect.
What I could do is
It's sinking now,
we could
actually.
crack the ship here, move that nose section forward, so like here somewhere. That could then become the helipad area, and the nose could slope in.
If I fly back to the island, Jack, you can teleport there and
And
jump
that would
back
give you
in.
room for the ballast up here. That might work. And then I can extend the rail. So rather than crack the ship into further back and just basically break the nose off, move that forward, and then extend and build it back. Well, in theory, the hull needs to be like a wedge, doesn't it? It needs like a wedge, but also tapered inwards. So if we get that.
How you doing, Jack?
I'm quite far. I've got 57 meters to go.
I don't want to get any of that
Bit of a
cargo
long
bay.
swim.
Yeah.
So maybe like that bit there. And then just crack that forward. Does the game take the shape into account when calculating drag? I'm actually not sure, Captain Flint. My guess would be no. He built a Chinook-style heli this weekend and it's overboard the systems, though. It has auto-retract landing gear, altitude hold, speed hold, and full autopilot GPS. Lifting capacity of 50,000 litres of diesel, 2 medical beds, and can take 9 passengers. You should put it on the workshop, Donkulus Dave. You should definitely put that on the workshop.
35 meters to go. We should build a submarine one of these days too. Be great fun.
Okay, that's now joined onto that. Now that's a ship. This is not a ship. This started as like a small boat, and now it's just turned into this massive thing. Yeah, and all the pump systems and things, these are going to have to be cut and moved. But we just need to decide where all the ballast areas are. I know that the new floor is going to be here. Let me just paint that.
I landed, Jack. I'll be right back.
Okay.
My God game. There's some crazy stuff with the drawing, look at it. The floor is going to come. So basically this is the fuel tank down here. There should be plenty of fuel. Are you trying to recreate the Titanic? Not really. I'm hoping this thing will float. There we go. It might sound ridiculous, but since you said lefty loosey, righty tighty, I never forget which way to turn the screws. You know what? The very first time I heard that said, and I can't remember how old I was, I always thought it was ridiculous, but I'm one of those people that doesn't have a problem remembering which way to turn. But some people do, and they find that really useful.
Done.
Probably Zenon.
Got a stock of skis.
Skis?
Yeah. Vehicle skis.
Okay.
The Arctic. I didn't see how much money or points we got. I think we got 12.
So we kind of want a wedge system here, don't we? Rather than a flat. See, this thing evolved as I made it wider, but I really need to sort of wedge it. And it's quite tricky drawing wedge shapes in this. You need to say clockwise, counterclockwise, and looking from the top. Huh? Or backwards from the bow, then make the bottom meet it, maybe. I don't know. I really don't know. I think you can probably start by doing this center line wedge. You need a reference point. You want something like that, right? How's it going, Jack? Has Puppy's killed you yet?
No, we completed it, and I think he despawned the chopper. I teleported back.
Nutter.
Well, I'll probably lower the props. I don't think I'll lower the engine. Paul Charlton, welcome back. Thank you, mate. Yeah, I don't think I can be bothered moving all that. And besides, this is all buoyancy down here anyway, so there's no real benefit in doing it. Probably take some blocks out to save some weight, but that'll be about it. But all of this needs to move down now. You haven't seen this game before. Okay, let me show you something. That's the logic system.
I'm back.
That's the
Hello.
power system.
You do it, Jay.
And that's the
Yeah,
logic
complete.
system
Nice.
as it stands. I don't know how many hours we built this over, but I streamed all of it.
Happy anniversary, Nutter.
You're welcome. Thank you for a year as well. Happy anniversary. Right, so we need to cut this. Actually, let's focus on one thing at a time. Let's do the front. Who just did a sub bomb? D-Storm!
Welcome back.
20 subs gifted, D-Storm. There is audio. Thank you very, very much, sir. If you just got gifted a sub by D-Storm, please give him a thank you, guys. That is lovely support. Thank you, sir.
Back, Nutter.
If you drag blocks halfway down, they will create a slope. Yeah, but not the single block, I don't think. Thank you, D-Storm.
Welcome back.
It's really annoying. You don't get any game audio when you're in the workbench. PC Mackie 52 getting by into Stormworks, thanks to you, and also a big generic shout out to everyone in the emergency services that still have to work.
Welcome back,
Indeed.
Nutter.
It started off as a small, narrow thing, I know, right? Now it's a monster. Is Puppy still away?
No, he's back.
I did sound back.
No, didn't he? Sorry.
That's it.
Welcome back, Nutter.
You got biscuits, Pups?
Actually, yes. I made a cup of tea, got biscuits.
Cold it.
Got corned beef and pickle sandwich.
Cold it.
Lol.
Welcome back,
We've just got that fuel train wreckage now.
Nope, it doesn't have a name.
Welcome back, Nutter.
Okay.
I think all we've got to do is get the passengers.
Welcome back.
It can be done via train, but we could try and chopper it. Although we don't have a chopper, a helipad up there, do
Yeah, and it's not exactly close.
we? Yeah, 200 grand if you wanted to buy one too.
We don't even have
200.
Nutter.
Yep. So we could teleport up there and then use a train to do the rescue, but I don't know.
Welcome back, Nutter.
That or we sleep and wait for another one to pop up.
You can do that if you want.
I'll need to jump back to get to a bed.
Welcome back, Nutter. Welcome back, Nutter.
You're trying to build a Star Destroyer. I'm just trying to build a really nice, useful boat. One that we can put the helipad on, that'd be great.
I'm in a bed.
Well, I'm not.
Is that the one on the island where I am?
Yeah.
Okay, so what am I using?
Welcome
One of the
back,
other beds in the building.
Nutter.
Not sure they're there.
I'm laying in one.
Oh, we
It's
still got them.
Jack's creation, isn't it?
Okay. Let me know
Wait,
when
I
you're in a
can't-
bed, pups.
Welcome back.
Well, I'm still flying back, so
Oh, I thought you were back already.
no.
D-Storm, thank you very much for 1,000 biddies. I am well, sir. I hope you're well. Appreciate the support. Thank you.
Welcome
So does the community.
Nutter.
I suppose I should add a heliport to this island. I'm in the next update.
That's the sound of curly toes.
Oh, she's back.
Welcome to the Nut House.
Let me just do my incredible strength trick to stop this engine noise.
Welcome back, Nutter.
Ah, that is strange, because for me, you're still just away from the island, still flying in.
Well, he's here, but
I can see him.
how many rotors are missing?
No.
There's a blade missing.
Shh. We may have hit an oil platform.
Yeah, on my screen right now, he's just flying in. He's just coming over the island now.
Right.
And the blades aren't turning at all. That's hilarious.
What?
How can that be so
landed, I'm
glitched?
out the yeah, I'm like out the chopper standing next to Paul.
Yeah, I can see you standing over there. The chopper's just coming in by itself, and it's just landed.
What?
Broker, the next endurance race we're thinking of doing is the one at Suzuka, which is a 12-hour race on about the 18th of April, I think it is.
I'm sleeping.
See, there's no extra beds in the garage.
No, not in the garage.
In the
Paul.
building.
All right.
Yeah.
Welcome back, Nutter.
It's all research complete.
Nice.
You're a dreamer, welcome back.
We could do that.
Yeah, we could do that.
Happy anniversary, Nutter.
An injured Fisher person, I love that name.
Happy anniversary, Nutter.
Casually tripling the displacement. Yeah, we'll see. It's just getting this front end right that's going to be tricky.
On board a small fishing boat. This is going to be interesting, Jack.
Hmm.
So I want to get rid of all this and rebuild it. It's going to be so tricky though.
Not too far away there.
Like it just sounds like a V8 diesel driving away. It's ridiculous.
The transit of the skies.
Let's see. It's getting hard to see what they're linked to. Blimey. That button. Oh. Nav lights.
What's the plan, Jack?
Just get as close as you can, I guess. We need a new Seacopter version.
So on the main breaker, on the nav light switch.
Or one with a harness.
I guess I should have pulled my chopper out.
It's alright, we got this.
Kelly Toes can do it, as long as you don't fly it into an oil rig.
Even with a blade missing, she's flying well. Right, I'll see if I can grab this dude. Which one of these is it? That one on the right. Doesn't show up if you get too close.
Right.
It's going to have to
It's
narrow
gonna be the
considerably, isn't it?
interesting part, Jack.
Yeah.
Something is different with the video quality. What you're watching it on.
Right, a tiny bit.
So if that goes there, then steps back 3
Easier
blocks,
said than
then
done,
steps
Jack.
back 3 blocks.
Oh, I was so close. Just about to press F and it moved.
Trying to make this streamline. It's going to have to be longer if you want it streamlined.
I'm on. Hang on.
Jack, we may have killed him.
Where is he?
He's dead.
Oh,
How's
did
he
reset
dead?
the grid.
We injured him and failed the mission.
What?
You want me to reload it, boys?
What I did was get in the chopper. That or we can sleep for another mission. I don't mind either.
What do you want to do? I saved it before we went to sleep, so I can either reload the game and then sleep and you get that mission back, maybe, or just sleep until you get something else. Some other guy that you can kill.
Thanks.
It's up to you, I don't mind.
Then yeah, let's reload it.
I blame Jack though, it wasn't nothing to do with my flying.
Not my fault at all.
It's just all part of the service from Laurel and Hardy Rescue Services.
don't know what you mean.
The Choco Brothers. To me, to you. Yes, Battle Kettle. Okay. Game is loaded.
Okay.
I think I need to move the front a bit further so I can get like a longer, narrow wedge. Maybe Jack will be in sync this time.
Maybe.
Who knows?
You joining, Jack?
I don't have any missions. We're gonna have to sleep.
Yeah.
That's what the idea was. We slept and then
Oh.
the research will be done and then we'll get another mission.
Come on, Jack.
I'm waiting for it to load. There we go. That's the research done.
Needs to sleep.
I am.
Retrieve an oil rig part this time.
That's the big one, the big ISO
Yeah,
container.
we can't do that.
You can't do it.
Not with the current chopper.
It's a massive container.
This is curly toes we're talking about.
It's a proper shipping container. We need a 4-point harness.
Fuel car and barrels?
No,
What's that?
sleep again.
Oh, that's the train one. Up in the Arctic. That should be... Oh no, that's an Arctic one as well, isn't it?
Oh, don't tell me they're all in the Arctic.
We've done all the missions for down here, I think. Again.
Well, I might have to edit the XML if you want to get any more.
Or just start doing missions in the Arctic if we can. Just trying to remember if there is a boat spawn up there anywhere. Oh, that one we can do.
It's perfect weather for it as well.
Hey. Because my flying's that good as it is. Let's just throw a storm into the mix.
Flies really well in those conditions. It'll make a pilot out of you.